All right, we're back. We're back. I think I got it figured out now. And let's see here. We're going to test it, make sure. Yeah, now we're writing. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. Hold on, let me check the audio, make sure we're good. 1 second. And check in. Here we go.
All right, we're back.
All right, cool. So this one's going to be all good now. And thank you guys for being patient. So once again, I'm just going to reiterate a couple things if you weren't on the last video, because I'm going to have to delete that. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. But anyways, first things first, Merry Christmas to everybody who is celebrating the holidays. Happy holidays to everybody who's just home with their family and just having some great family time. I know that's what I'm doing. And I wanted to just quickly announce, you might notice a different background. This is actually my childhood bedroom where I'm filming out of right now. So what I've just done is I created this home office essentially at my parents' house. I've been meaning to do it for a long time so that now when I come to visit, because I like to come and visit a lot, when I come to visit, I got a place where I can come upstairs and film and record and edit and do all that stuff, stay productive, stay active everywhere I go, whenever I'm here, whatever. And it's important to me because I love what I do. I love this business. I love being on YouTube. I love helping people. So this is a really, really cool day for me, and it's exciting, and it seems to be working great with the internet connection. We got a new mic, a new computer, all this stuff, a new monitor, and I kind of got it set up, I think, pretty much identical to my setup back in LA. By the way, somebody was asking before to make sure the volume was high enough, so I raised the volume a little bit. Hopefully it should be good. Hopefully you can hear me. What's up, Maniac? Yep, back again. Let's go. And today what we're doing is we are working on the new digital SAT. This is Practice Test 3 Module 1. And of course, eventually I'm going to actually take the digital version, which is adaptive. It's going to be a little bit shorter, but right now I'm hitting the practice test in PDF format, kind of similar to my other videos. And again, this is Practice Test 3 Module 1 with 27 questions and a time limit of 35 minutes. So we're going to put 35 minutes. Oops, we're going to put, let me get this set up here. We're going to put 35 minutes. What the heck is going on here? 35 minutes back on the clock. And without further ado, let's do this. If you do like the content, make sure to click that like button. If you want to see more from the Scalar Learning channel, please subscribe. And that's it. Let's go. For everybody prepping for this new SAT, we're going to start in 3. Just trying to get this thing lined up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right, what is the solution to the given equation? So first, we're going to subtract both sides by 12. Subtract by 12, boom. K equals 324, my bad. By the way, I actually usually don't advise doing what I just did, which is alter the original work, because then if you need to go back, you have to erase. But anyways, the answer is B, 324, boom, done. Number 2. The function is defined by this. What is f of 2? This is straight function notation, plug and chug. Plug 2 in for x. So x is being cubed, so we replace it with 2. 2 cubed plus 15. 2 cubed is 8 plus 15 is, of course, 23 for the win. Let's just write it down. Boom, done. All right, number 3. We got Sean rents a tent at $11 per day plus a one-time insurance fee of $10. So I know they're talking about a linear equation. What do they mean here? $11 per day, so times the number of days, which is right here. And we're also adding on a one-time fee of $10, and this entire amount is going to equal the total cost. So now I got my equation. I just got to find it because they just want, hey, which one represents the total cost? C is the winner, right? 11D plus 10, boom, done. Okay, let's go to number 4. All right, we got 2 parallel lines. What it looks like, wait, let's see. Yeah, M is parallel to line N. So I like to mark that just to make sure we have it on the diagram. What is the value of X? So we want this angle here. Now, these are called same side interior angles, which means they are supplementary, aka they add up to 180 degrees. So what plus 26 equals 180? What is that? 154, I believe. 154 degrees. D is the winner, done. No, look at this. That's a little mistake, not mistake, but you see how that 2 is on top of that line. I'm just being picky, but this is their first round of practice tests, so hey, they're allowed to make a little bit of mistakes there, I guess. Okay, and now we go to number 5. John paid a total of $165 for microscope by making a down payment of $37 plus P monthly payments of 16. Immediately, I'm putting it into linear format because I know what this is. I can already tell. This is what happens when you do a lot of practice. You can kind of anticipate the question type. So 37 down plus 16 per month. That's P monthly payments. Which of the following represent, and then we're trying to get this to equal that total of 165. There's my equation. So which one matches that? Again, they put the 16p in front, doesn't matter. Plus 37 equals 165. C is the winner, boom, done. Okay, let's go on to number 6. It's a little choppier than at home, but still pretty good. Y equals 5 equals 10. What is the value of y when x equals 8? This is straight plug and chug. And notice this is a free response question, which is interesting. On these new tests, the free response is kind of interspersed in the middle as opposed to being at the end. So I'm just going to replace that x with 8 plus 10. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 10 is 50 for the win, done. Free response, always like to double check everything right on the spot. Again, plug it because you have no multiple choice, so plug in 8, 40 plus 10 is 50 for y, done. Okay, now we go to 7. The bar graph shows the distribution of 419 cans collected by 10 groups. How many cans were collected by group 6? This is just straight reading a bar graph. Here's group 6. It looks like it's at 40. 40 is the winner, done. Number 8. Typical is the distribution of votes for new school mascot and grade level for 80 students. And one of these students is selected at random. What is the probability of selecting a student whose vote for a new mascot was a lion? Wait. What is the probability of selecting a student whose vote for the new mascot was a lion? So here's lion. And so it looks like 20 people, let me just redo that. 20 people total voted for lion. So if all of these 80 students, so that's the total on the bottom, all of the 80, the entire universe of people surveyed was lion. That's 20 out of 80. So what is that? And they don't have 20 out of 80, but what they did is they reduced, divided top and bottom by 20. That becomes 1. 80 divided by 20 is 4. So the answer is C. Boom, done. Make sure I didn't misread anything. Lion. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go on to number 9. The graph represents the total charge in dollars by an electrician for X hours of work. The electrician charges a one-time fee plus an hourly rate. Okay. What is the best interpretation of the slope of the graph? Got it. So this is linear function interpretation. And if we're talking about charges a one-time fee, that would be the y-intercept. So it's not the one-time fee, which is B. The slope is the rate of change, and in this, or the rate we could say, and in this case, it's the hourly rate. So whatever that hourly rate is, that's the slope. So A is the hourly rate. Let's look at these other options just for fun. Maximum amount doesn't make any sense. Total amount, no way. Total amount would be the actual y value for a particular x value. Okay, and that's it. Number 10. Let's see. Whoops, here we go. Square x has here. There's talking about a square. Let's draw a square. Square x has side lengths of 12 centimeters. The perimeter of y is 2 times the perimeter of square x. Just a quick, here, let's read it. What is the length in centimeters of one side of square y? Now, when the perimeter is doubled, that means each of the side lengths has to be doubled. I know it looks smaller, but it's just how I drew it. And that's a pretty consistent thing. Now, if you want to double check, you'd be like, well, the perimeter of x is 4 times 12, which is 48. Does this actually double when you double each of the side lengths? Well, 4 times 24 is 96. That indeed is double. So the side length of square y is 24. Boom, done. The reason why I mention this, because you might be like, well, duh, of course it's doubled. But if they said, hey, the area is doubled, that or quadrupled or something, that's a different situation. I won't go into that fully right now, but that's just one quick thing I wanted to note. All right, number 11. What is the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, 5 and is parallel to this? Now, parallel means the same slope. This is in slope-intercept form, so I know the slope is 7. And then all we need is a new y-intercept. By the way, only C and B have a slope of 7. So which one's the right answer? Well, it says it goes through this point. Now, we could use point slope as well, but we don't need to because that is the y-intercept. So it's simply... slope-intercept form is slope plus the y-intercept. So that means B is the winner. Done. Let's go to number 12. Okay, in the linear function, h of 0 equals 41. Okay, which equation defines h? Guess what? This is function notation, but it's still a linear equation. We got 2 points. 0, 41. That's what that represents. When x is 0, y is 41, or the function value is 41. When x is 1, it's 40. So let's see if we can first come up with the slope. Let's subtract down. 41 minus 40 is 1 over 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So we have a slope of negative 1. Wrong slope. This is just a straight line that doesn't make any sense. And then this is a nice point here because, again, we're given a y-intercept. When x is 0, that's the y-intercept. So using point slope, it's y equals negative 1x, or just negative x, plus the y-intercept of 41, which means A is the winner. Done. Okay, let's go to 13. Function f t equals this. So bacteria population t minutes after initial observation. How much time in t minutes does it take for the number of bacteria to double? Okay, so check this out. It looks like it's doubling. By the way, you can use a calculator for this and verify. So you don't have to do it like I'm about to do it, but I'm just going to explain it. So this is doubling every, again, also this is using a, what is it, exponential growth function, but you don't need to know any of that. Now, I'm going to tell you that the answer is 410. Okay, why is that? Because if I know that if I plug in 0, it's going to be 2 to the 0th power, which is 1, which is 60,000. When is it going to double? When that 2 is being raised to the first power. And that's when t is 410, because 410 over 410 is 1. 2 to the first power is 2. And then you're going to be multiplying that by 2, and you're going to get 120. But you can also use a little trial and error if you want in your calculator and be like, well, let me try different values. Again, you got a lot to try for, but you know that it will, the correct answer is when this equation will equal 120,000, aka double that initial value of 60,000. But anyways, the other thing is in a exponential equation, this is initial value, this is the growth rate, right? It's doubling. And then this is in how much time. So when you have whatever underneath that t value, that's the amount of time or minutes or days or whatever, and in this case minutes, that it will go up by this percentage amount. So 410 is the winner. Done. 14. Function f is defined by this as a result. Okay, in the xy plane graph of y equals g of x is result, translating this up 4 units. What is the value of g of 0? Okay, so let's see. If you first plug in wait, let me think for a second. So you translate up. So f of 0, let me find that first. That's you plug in 0 for all these. That's 0 minus 6 is negative 6 times negative 2 times 6. So that is 12, positive 12 times 6 is 72. Well, I guess, so it was 72. Now we're translating it up by 4 units. So you just shift the 72 up by 4. It should be 76. So that should be the winner. Done. 15. Candles made of 17 ounces of wax. When the candle is burning, the amount of wax in the candle decreases by 1 ounce every 4 hours. Okay, hold on. Let me just think about this for a second. Is it made of 17? So I'm thinking of a linear equation because it starts with 17 as my y-intercept, and then it decreases by, and y is the amount of ounces, so it decreases negative by 1 ounce for every 4 hours. That's the slope that they're describing. The rate of change is going down by one of the y values, or whatever you want to call it, the y units, for every 4 of the x units, aka hours or time. So now I got an equation. We have to do it like this, not necessarily, but this is my preferred way to do it. If 6 ounces remain, aka when y equals 6, how many hours has it been burning? So I got an equation. Let's solve. Let's subtract 17 from both sides. Negative 11 equals negative 1/4 x. Multiply both sides by negative 4 to isolate. X equals 44. Okay, let me think about a different way where you don't have to come up with the equation. So we could think 1 ounce every 4 hours. So you can also count it down. You can be like, at 16, it's 4. At 15, it's 8. Blah, blah, blah. So it's gone down, what is that, 11? Oh, yeah, it's gone down 11 ounces, right? And if it's 1 ounce every 4 hours, it's 44. That actually might have been easier, maybe faster. But hey, like I said, best strategy in most cases is the first strategy that comes to your mind. You want to have a plethora of options in your brain so that you can just attack right when you see it. And what you're going to get the right answer. May not always be the most efficient, but we can't be perfect. So it is what it is. The given equation relates to numbers J, K, and M. Which equation? Okay, this is nice isolating quantities. We're just isolating K. Don't even need to read any of it. So we've got, first I'm going to subtract 14J from both sides. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to divide everything by 5. And it looks like the answer is A, M minus 14J over 5. Boom, done. 17. Triangle FGH is similar to JKL. Let's draw it out here. FGH is similar to JKL and angle. Okay, we know that these all correspond because that's how you are going to present similar triangles in the same order of the corresponding vertices and corresponding angles and all that. Oh, and it says G and K, oops, I didn't draw this correctly, but it's all right. G and K are right angles. So it says the sine of F is whatever, sine of J. Okay, look, these angles are corresponding. We already know that because we drew it right off the bat from the similarity statement. So it's nice and easy. So if sine of F is whatever, sine of J is equal to that. So 308 over 17, B is the winner, done. All right, let's go on to 18. The product of two positive integers is 546. The first integer is, okay, so here's the first integer. Watch what I'm going to do. The first integer, I guess we'll do it like this. We'll make the second integer x. The first integer is 11 greater than twice the second integer, 2 times the second integer. What is the small of the two integers? And then it says the product of these guys, aka that means multiply. Product equals 546. Now we're going to have a quadratic. Let's go. Distribute 2x squared plus 11x equals 546. Let's subtract 546 from both sides. 2x squared plus 11x minus 546 equals 0. And should we factor? God, this is annoying. It's probably factorable. Let's just do it because now usually I use something called the star method. And actually, you know what? No, I will do the star method. So just to give you a quick rundown, we got A, B, and C. I put A here and here. I put A times C, which is 2 times negative 546. I'm going to try and do as much as I can without a calculator. Negative 1092, and then B is 11. So we have to think what two numbers multiply to negative 1092 and add to positive 11 or a difference of 11. Yikes, this is a tough one because, let me think here, 2 times 546. I think I'm going to have to use a calculator. There's a whole nother method that I can use without a calculator, but I don't think I have enough time. So let's see. 11 apart. What could that be? 20. You know what? No, I'm going to have to do some prime factorization. It's too vague otherwise. So this is my method actually without a calculator, but I'll also assist with the calculator. So that's 546. Let's do 2 again, which is 273, right? 273. Is 273 prime? No, of course not. It's divisible by 3. 273 divided by 3 is 91, and 91 is 7 and 13. Okay, so we got all the prime factors, 13, 7, 3, 2, 2. So this is the reason why this helps is because, watch, now I know, let's see, I can use different combinations of these to figure out the factorability. By the way, I could go straight to quadratic formula. Probably might even be faster, but I'm already down this road, so let's roll with it. So we've got 2, 4, let's see, 28. I got it. Watch, 2 times 7 is 28, and then 3 times 13 is 39. 28 and 39, this one being negative, that's it. That gives you the difference of 11. And then we reduce this one 1 over negative 14. This might not be the best strategy because it's taking a long time. But hey, it is what it is. X minus, we're still going to get it done. X minus 14, and then it's 2x plus 39. So my two solutions are this, which would be negative 19.5, which is whatever, but there's positive. Here's the right one. Because what minus 14 is 0, that's positive 14. So we got x is 14, which is the smaller of the two. The other one is 28 plus 11 is 39. So 14 is the smaller one. And let's just make sure 14 times 39 does indeed give us, just double checking. It has to be right, but 546, boom, done. Nice. That was a tough one. All right, 19. And that's something important to note, by the way, right? The current SAT, they don't do a lot of factoring with a leading coefficient, which is this value, the A value, the 2. So maybe it's going to appear more on this new digital version. Just something to note. Which point XY is a solution to the given system of inequalities? Whenever I see a system of inequalities and potential solutions, I go straight to plug and chug. If I plug in negative 14 here and 0 for Y, does that work? Nope, because negative 14 plus 7 is negative 7, which is not greater than 0. How about 0, negative 14? 0, the 7 to 7 is greater than negative 14. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Negative 14 on the Y side would not be greater than negative 1. Again, out. 0, 14, out. 14, 0 is probably the one, right? 14 in there would be 21, and then Y would be 0. That is less, so that works. And then plug in 14, that's negative 28, minus 1 is negative 29, and then 0 for Y, that does work as well. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 29. D is the winner, done. Number 20 was a small solution. Okay, Let's solve. So right off the bat, what should we do? What should we do? I'm trying to think if we square both sides or not, because that kind of goes away. Technically, a squaring of a square root is absolute value, but I'm not even going to play that game. Let's square both sides. So we got x minus 2 squared equals, and then you square the right side, it just becomes, you just remove the square root because that's the opposite of taking the square root. Then I'm going to FOIL out the left side. It's x squared minus 4x plus 4. Why? Because it's x minus 2 times x minus 2. So you FOIL x squared minus 2x plus 4 equals 3x plus 34. And then we got x squared. We're subtracting 3x from both sides, which is minus 7x. And then, whoops, we're subtracting 34 from both sides. That gives us a negative 30 equals 0. Look at this. We got a nice thing that should be easy to factor, I hope. Yeah, it's got to be. It's free response. So x, let's see, multiplies to 30, combines to negative 7. What would that be? 3 and 10. Minus 10, positive 3. So the two solutions are 10 and negative 3. They want the smallest solution. Guess what? On the new SAT, you can have negatives as an answer. So negative 3 is the one that they want. And done. Number 21. We only go to 27 here. The regular price of a shirt at store is $11.70. The sale price of the shirt is regular. The sale price is 80% less. Hold on, let me think about this. $11.70. So the sale price is 80% less than the regular price, which is basically 80% less means 80% off, which is 20%. So I can just say 0.2 times this and get the answer. And the sale price is also 30% greater than the, okay, let's just do this calculation first. So 0.2 times 1170. So the sale price is $2.34. And then the sale price is 30% greater than the store's cost for the shirt. So I just created an equation based on exactly what they said. The sale price of $2.34 is equal to 30% more. That's like multiplying by 1.3 of that. So we're going to use a calculator here. Sorry if this camera is shaking. Like, this table's a little wobbly. Might have to get a new table here. Okay, 2.34 divided by 1.3. 1.8. So it is $1.80. So I don't know. That's an interesting question. Do you have to enter was 1.8 be wrong? Do you have to enter $1.80? I would default to this because usually that's what is wanted in most math classes. You should put it in the correct format for dollars and cents to the hundreds, even if it's 0. So number 22, let's go. We got 15, a little over 15, under 15 minutes. Sample of oak has a density of 807 kilograms per cubic meter. The sample is in the shape of a cube where each edge has a length of 0.9. To the nearest whole number, what is the mass in kilograms? Got it. So we take this density and we're going to multiply it by the volume. So check this out. What is the volume? Well, it's 0.9 times 0.9 times 0.9. It's a cube, right? So really 0.9 to the third power, which is 0.729. And so we're going to multiply it by the actual volume. And you see, because this cancels out, right? That's over 1. That cancels out until you know we're going to get the right answer. So it's this value, little dimensional analysis here. This value times 807, which gives us to the nearest whole number. So we're going to round that 588. Hope you guys can see this. Wait, let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry. Let's see if this is better. Okay, there we go. We got 588. Oh, no, sorry. Round to the nearest whole number. 588 is the winner. Done. Okay. 23. For x is greater than 0, the function f is defined as follows. F of x equals 201% of x. F of x equals 201. So if we're going to put it in the equation form, we got to convert that to the decimal equivalent. 201 or 2.01 of is like the word multiply at times x. This is increasing, obviously, and it's linear. See, here's the thing. I know what they're doing here. They're trying to make you think when you have a percentage increase, right? A percentage increase makes you think of exponential. Hey, it's going up by 30% every year, whatever. That's not what they're saying. They're just saying that the function value will always equal 201% of x. Well, when we write it out as they're describing it, that's a linear function. That's a slope of 2.01. So it's got to be increasing linear. Boom, done. Interesting, very interesting question. See, that's like a new spin, right? A new way of presenting that type of question that I haven't seen before. The rational function f is defined by an equation in the form of f. Yep, this is, I've noticed these types of questions show up more now too, even in the current essay, current version. A and b are constants. Partial graph of y equals f of x is shown. Okay, hold on. I need to process. This is a lot. How much time? 12 minutes. The rational function f is defined by an equation in the form where a and b are constants. The partial graph is shown if g of x. So this means g of x is shifted to the left by 4. So let's get a couple. Oh, it's not even going to barely show up. So this point is shifted to the left. This is some transformation stuff. And then this point here is shifted over by 4. I'm just trying to get a nice little graph of g of x. Something like this. Which equation could define, ooh, so f of x. I haven't looked at the answers yet. I'm assuming f of x plus 4. I assume it's going to be a over x plus 4 plus b. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's not like that. Interesting, interesting. Okay, we're going to go straight to plug and chug. Well, guess what? I already got 2 points. This is what I'm going to do. Look, I got 2 awesome points. I got -10, comma, -3, and I've got -9, comma, -6. I'll show you another way to approach this too, but look at that. That's going to be really easy to vet out quickly. Let's see. If I plug in negative, nope, a is wrong. So I plug in -10, I don't get -3. -10. Nope, I get -1. I get -3, -9, I get -6. C is probably the winner. Let's just double check here. -10. Well, this is just going to cancel out to 1. So that would be a linear equation. So that doesn't make any sense with a hole at -4. Not that it matters. But C is the winner. Nice. Interesting question. Very difficult. I think it's very difficult. Which equation is equivalent to this? Oh my. What are they doing now? Okay, so this is again quite fascinating. Trying to think of the best way to do this. So probably common denominators. Let me think. If you factor, let's factor this one first on the bottom. I always like to do that. Y plus 12 over x minus 8 plus y times x minus 8. We got plenty of time, right? 10 minutes, and only got 3 questions left. We can factor out a x, y, and then we have, ooh, look at this. This is nice. That combines to this. These guys cancel. And then we'll get a common denominator, y plus 12, over x minus 8. And then plus, oh, and then the y's cancel too, 1 over x. So then I'll multiply this guy by x minus 8. X minus 8. And multiply this guy by x. Well, it's obviously this one. No, it's not. Oh, wait. They didn't cancel out the y's. What are they doing? They still, x squared minus 8x. Oh, I get what they did. Okay, so they didn't cancel out the y's here. Not that it really matters. But anyways, so then let's simplify on the top. So we have xy plus 12 plus x minus 8. Those combine to xy plus x plus 4, right? 12 minus 8 over, and then the bottom they have x squared minus 8x. Okay. So this is actually the most simplified version, but then they went ahead and they multiplied the y back into the numerator and the denominator. Why, I have no idea, but that's what they did. So then they basically threw on a y everywhere. Y, and then that y becomes y squared. So it is, 12 minus 8. How do they get 13? Unless I made a mistake. Hold on, let me think here for a second. Shoot, 8 minutes. X times xy times x minus 8x. This is very strange. How did they get that 13? Xy plus y plus 4. Uh-oh. X squared. It's almost so perfect. Unless I made any other mistake. XY. And then that's 1 minus 8. And then that becomes XX. Oh, that's a mistake. I didn't distribute the 12, so that's got to be 12x. There we go. My bad. That's not a 4. All right, I wonder if shout out to anybody who caught that mistake. 12x, so that becomes 13x, and then it's just a minus 8, and then we get a y, and we get a y. Oh, yeah. All right, C is the answer. Pretty tough stuff. 7 minutes. Okay, 2 questions remaining. Let's go. Hopefully they're not as long. Table shows the results of a poll. A total of 803 voters were selected randomly asked candidate which will vote for an upcoming election. According to poll, if 6424 people vote in the election, how many votes would Angel Cruz? Got it. Okay, so we can set up a little proportion, I guess. So Angel Cruz, if according to poll, okay. So we've got, I'm trying to think of the fastest way to do this. So I'm wasting time. But so she won in the poll by 163, right? 163 out of a total of, how many people were polled? 803. And we want to know if the total is 6424, what would the same margin be? Okay, cross multiply 803x. Obviously, we're going to use a calculator. We got 6424 times 163. Oops. Oh my God. All right. 1047112. Divide by 803. Divide by 803. What's my guess here? I'm guessing 5. No, I'm guessing just for fun. Probably B. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we'll get it right on the money. Yeah. All right. B is the winner. 5 minutes, 5:45 left. Here we go. 27. Last question. All right. For your response, graph x squared was x, y squared plus y equals blah, blah, blah. What is the length of the circle's radius? Okay. We want to get this into nice format for a circle equation. So I'm going to complete the square, right? X squared plus x. And then the b term is 1. So to get that next term, we take half of the b term, which is 1/2, square it, which is 1/4. And I got to add it to both sides. 199/2 plus 1/4. Plus, and then y squared plus y. Half of that coefficient again is 1/2. Squared is 1/4. And again, we got to add it to this side as well. And that becomes 1/2. And then 1/2 plus 199/2 is 200/2. So then we get, just for fun, I'm going to factor these guys as well just to show you the final format. So it'd be x plus 1/2, right? Because 1/2 squared is 1/4. I'm completing the square, just FYI. And then over here, we've got y plus 1/2 squared. And then 200/2 is 100. So the radius, again, once you get it into the nice circle equation format, is the square root of this part, because this is r squared. So the radius is 10. So that's the answer. But just so you know, if they ask for the x5 of the center or something, this is the format where the center is at -1/2, -1/2 like this, the opposites of these two. And then there you go. But they just won the radius, so that's 10. This is a pretty difficult test, to be honest. And it is Module 1, and I believe Module 2 is supposed to be harder. So that was pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and stop the timer. We have a few minutes to spare, but not going to use it. And let's grade this thing. Here we go. Scoring. Okay. So as you guys know, taking this test for the first time in real time. I try to do that whenever it is at all possible because I think it's the most useful and it's the most fun. You got to see me think on my feet just there too, right? Try not to panic. Try not to freak out when something like that happens and you're not getting the right answer. Go back, redo it, right? Don't just, I could have just picked the answer that was closest to it. And if I had to, I would have. But in general, that's not my approach, because if you made a mistake and now, let me just zoom out here, and now you're choosing in something that's close to a wrong answer, it just doesn't make very much sense. And that's kind of always my philosophy. All right, here we go. Let's use the red pen to adjust this. Boom. And we got module 1, B, C, C, D, C. B, C, C, D, C, right? Yeah. And then we got 50 and 40. Where's 50? We got 50 and 40. Great. And then we got 8 is C. Wait. 8 is C-A-D-B-A. C-A-D. B and A. Great. 13 is 410 and 76. Awesome. Awesome. And then we got 15 through 20, D, or 15 through 19, D, A, B, B, D. D, A, B, B, D, B, and D. Yeah. And then 20 is, let's see, -3, correct? And then 21 is 1.8. Boom. Okay, 22. Wait, -3 and 1.8. Remember I told you guys, oh, look at that. They entered it as 1.8 without the 0. Fascinating. So that's interesting because that's in contrast to a lot of math classes, but pretty much all of them. You're supposed to do any dollar answer with the 0. I'm sure it'll still give it to you if you add the 0, but that's good to know. So you don't need that 0. 22. So then we got 8. Oh, did I not circle this? Oops. But I got the right answer. I must have thought it was like a free response. I don't know what I was doing. But that is A, right? Yeah, 22 is A. I hope you guys will forgive me for that, but I'm going to count it anyways because I had it. And then 23, DCCB. DC, got that one right. Good. DC, just got this one right. C and B. And then, oh my God. I made a mistake. Look at that. It said 20. Oh, no, I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at module 2. Yes, 27 is 10. I was like, how did I get that wrong? I was pretty sure about that one. Awesome. Amazing. Let's go to the live stream. Let's see if there's any questions. Okay, sorry, guys. I apologize. I see you. Yes, you can ask me a question. ABD Gamer. Bro, I was in your chat a month and a half ago. Hey, 1530, Hank, legend. Sorry for the late reply if you posted that a while ago. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's insane. That's a phenomenal score, so that's going to help you tremendously. You can go above the 40 if you grind and put in. Yes, chillax, I would agree. Yeah. So, look, I can't ever. It depends from person to person for sure because the amount of time you can put in, the work, all that stuff, your baseline understanding, how good you are on the fundamentals. So these all play factors, right? But have I seen those types of jumps? For sure. I would not be surprised. And 3 months is a long time, but make it your massive, massive priority. Yeah, you can do it without a tutor. I see it all the time. Look at my channel testimonials. Look at the people that have done these 200-point jumps just in math alone from my channel. So that's, of course it can be done. You think this is easier than the old SAT, Yabview Muhammad? I would strongly disagree. I think this is definitely harder. Some of the earlier questions, but I'm saying the harder questions are, in my opinion, are harder than the current version. You said 12. Hey, Hassan, you caught the mistake that I made. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, shout out to you, my friend. Hey, you're very welcome. Okay, guys, so I'm guessing a lot of you are international students because for international students, you guys are taking this in March. That's that. So I'm going to be pumping out tons of content on this new digital SAT as much as I absolutely can. And again, for those of you who are celebrating Christmas with your family today, have an amazing time. For everybody else, thank you so much for joining. If you like this video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, make sure to click subscribe as well. We still have our SAT course that is on sale. It's in the description link below. It's got 4 practice tests. Again, it's for the current version. So if you are taking the digital version, it's not as relevant in terms of format and the question types, but the concepts are still going to be the same. You can see the concepts haven't shifted. It's still, and my critical concept videos, all that stuff will still apply. So make sure to check all that stuff out. And the reading section, I'm not the one to do it, but I can definitely have one of my tutors do it. So I will be working on that when I get back to Los Angeles. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hey, you're very welcome. What is that? Har Krishna Ahuja. Hey, you're very welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video.